So I did bring this to you. It's from the entire board. It's signed by all 5 board members. It says recognition of Pete Perez in honor of the over 50 years of dedicated service.
And the presentation from Rosewood Service District, that, to give that to him because he and Rick had more confrontations than anyone else. And so I think they need to shake hands and go to separate corners tonight. Hey, Greg, come here a minute. Why don't you come down because you were in something about it. Yeah, come on over. Let me explain about how she promotes the history. When he became my GM, the comment was made that the CEO of Coca-Cola became grateful in Chicago. That's how she came to the table. And it was a blessing to have him in that now. One of the times we haven't worked with him, unfortunately. You have it for 30-odd years. I'm coming up on 41. You kind of have that same experience. When you get down, but you only do battle with people you respect. That's the thing in life. You don't do battle with people you don't care about. People are friends. We kind of confidant-ish. We've done the battle, but I think it's respected when we usually go. He called to check on me. I called to check on him. Big guy here. He can see what he's saying. That's what I have to say. But I'm going to give you the black. Because he goes short on my watch before he goes on. I'm working out over the way. I'm driving across and of course he's going to river it up now. Well, he's all for him. And grateful appreciation from the millionaires, community churches. Congratulations on your retirement. Again, the 9th of August, 2023. So first off, congratulate you. But I thought, you know, that was saying, I think maybe him and I share, I'm looking at the wrong person people. The stories we had, different locations, same thing. He left her, I left Becky, he left his kid, I left my kid, the next thing said about he brought up about it. And that's a call. I don't care who you are. It's a call. And I thank you for that. You did also because you protect the community. And so, good things to you. If the job is done. And there you go. I was going to say, don't forget the time. I think Greg was about to see what to say about it. Okay, stand right here. Okay, I'll stand right now. One more. You know, Steve and I go back many years. First time I saw him was when I was in church high school. I go to school. Well, the point is that I had a few encounters off and on while he was a Church County supervisor. But it was in 2010 when he ran for sheriff. And he called me up on the phone and said, I look like I'm not going to win this war. And the agency, I just did a lunch test in the board. And they were looking for a new manager. That was something. And she said, you guys have to make decisions. Would you like to get considered I made that comment that said, if a Coca-Cola CEO was interested in this job, he turned me down because he was an experience in water and sewage as his primary experience. No. To hire a general manager who is the conductor of the employment. Got people working here that are qualified. He's supposed to put all this employment. Well, long story short, Dusty was born in 3, he brought Steve on in 2001. And Chris came in, he left the agency in 2015. And then, lo and behold, in 2018, we were looking for a new general manager in early 2019. I remember the board at that time, as board president, said, we reach out to see who can be willing to come up. And again, we met over there, and by the way, over coffee, again. And it was, he was reluctant. He was retired. He was enjoying his retirement. But it was his love for this community and for the people in this community, and knowing that he was needed here. Because, yeah, I'll come out of retirement and come back. And that made me see today. But over the years, since that time when we first met up in 2017 and 2010, I came a friend. And I told people before, in your lifetime, you can count your true friends on one hand. And Steve was on that one hand. And I consider him one of my closest and cherished friends. And this is bittersweet for me because he's in Idaho. And we still keep in touch all the time. Steve, congratulations on your retirement. Steve, can I move now? Yeah, oh, yeah. Byron, great, come on down, guys. We'll take it down later after a while. He's going to Jackson's going to get out. Hold on. Oh, that's right. Always somebody moves. Thank you. That's what we're up for now. I want to interrupt this. Is there a public comment opportunity?
Yeah, hang on. I'm going to back up to public comment, and we have a stopwatch. 45, no, you don't have 45 seconds. I want to open it up. You need to sit down and just let them face it.
No. It's not about you, Steve. It's not about you.
All right. And you can just stand up where you are and make the turn to face you. Anyone want to?
I have a couple of comments here. Can I go ahead?
Okay, go ahead.
Start it here, and then we'll hand it off to you. Mr. Perez, a leader takes people where they want to go. An outstanding leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but ought to be. Thank you, Steve, for your outstanding leadership, service to our community, and taking us to where we ought to be. The cutting-edge, state-of-the-art Roseman Reclamation Plant is a prime example.
Absolutely.
Looking back on your career, it's the stuff dreams are made of. Attending high school here in Roseman, serving the community as law enforcement,
serving the community as 2nd District Supervisor and serving this community as RCSD General Manager, securing water rights for this community for years to come. I certainly use the term serve the community numerous times for a reason. Just a tidbit. Roseman Youth Football and Cheerleading. Guess who started this program a long time ago? Steve Perez. Thank you so much, Steve, and congratulations on an outstanding career.
I'm going to start with a story. You want to cut me off, you can cut me off.
Identify who you are, sir.
I'm Jason Cox. I was the valuable employee that got my first shot because of Steve. A 21-year-old boy looking for a job. Right? No experience whatsoever. Looking for an opportunity. And I went to Steve and said, I want to work for you. Thinking I wanted to volunteer, he said, you want to get paid? I said, yes. I said, yeah, I want to get paid. I said, what experience you have? I said, I got nothing. And he said, I'll pay you because you're the only one that asked to want to get paid. And there's few times in your life where you can look back and see a couple people in your life that gave you a shot. Steve gave me my shot. 4 years later, my wife was pregnant with my now 24-year-old son. And I came and told him, I said, I'm ready for more. I'm ready for something different. My friend, my mentor, loyal to me, supported me, and there's two choices you can do in the corporate world, right? You can say, I'm going to go get a job and not tell anybody, or I can share with my man that I need more. I said, I'm going to share with him because that's who you are, loyal, honest, trustworthy friend. And as a young man, I said, I need more, I'm going to go look for other work. And you know what? He supported me in doing that. I would not be here today, one, if you didn't give me the shot, and two, if he didn't allow me to grow. And that's the kind of person he is. And my career has been taking many steps, started with you, and I appreciate that. And what I do today, still, in my career, is when I see a young person who needs an opportunity, I try to give it to them. And when I see somebody who wants to grow, I try to give them the opportunity without fear of retribution, without fear of anything else, and that started with Steve. And I appreciate you. And you'll always be in my heart, my friend. Come on, Steve, we gotta get this.
Anyone else?
Yeah, real quick, Byron. Hey, I want to make one comment about Steve. Director Washington brought it up. When we were looking for water way back, we had to go out and buy water. Part of the reason that this community now has probably one of the best water supplies in the region is because someone brought up about relationship that Steve had established coming into it. And I don't think no one we spoke to, they were bringing offers to us. That's how the respect they have for Steve. So those of you that know what he's done, the community needs to know that he was a master of all trades, number one, but what he did, he looked out for the interests of the community as a whole. And I don't think you can put a value on that because I remember we'd be in that room there talking about how many millions of dollars we'd have to spend, and Steve said, give me a minute. Next week he'd come back with a better price. And this community as a whole is in a good place. I'll put our water supply up against anyone in this region. That's because of his effort, and we all got the direct benefit. That's the kind of things he did that no one probably never heard about. Anyway, continue, Ryan.
Anyone else? Now's your opportunity. There's a hand in the back there.
Not about you, Steve.
I know it's not bad. That's why I want him.
Yes.
race and everything else. Try your best. But I always wanted to come home and get back to the community where I started. And that's what I was able to do. To deal with people and understand politics, number one, that people don't have to agree with you. I emphasize, just understand why I did what I did, and the decision I made was because of the immediate opportunity to explain. On the board that it not, I tried to get people to call me, and then come to their house, and I'll sit down and give you the long version of why I did what I did for the decision that I made. Here in Rosen, although it's a small community, it is nothing different than the county attorney. It's a microcosm of that. The decisions that are made affect everybody's lives, and the board nor myself ever went home and went to bed trying to dream up ways of getting to March. That it's always trying to do the best we can do. And at those times that we had the disagreement, it was always respectful. And it was always with the best intention of everyone. So, being able to culminate an entire career in this season is very special to me. And my hat's off to the board, and I want to thank you all for the recognition. And those from the legislature, the supervisor's office, and from the colleagues that I've worked with in the past. Thank you very much.
Until I'm retired, it didn't take me some time. Last opportunity. I save my comments to the end, and I type them down so that I don't run on. And I still sometimes get in trouble by going away from my notes. Appreciation. I looked up the dictionary. We're trying to show appreciation. Appreciation means to show value highly. Something that is valued, someone who is valued highly. To recognize with gratitude, be grateful for them. Steve's value as a servant began as a student and an athlete at Roseland, and continued when he became a coach to the young men that took his place on Graves Field. He continued to serve in law enforcement, and eventually the county recognized his potential as he was elected to the supervisor in Kern County. Roseland Community Service District has been served by him as general manager for a number of years. A servant is one who cares for the needs of others. Servant is one who cares for the needs of others. And Steve is clearly a servant. They call him a leader, but a lot of times leaders aren't necessarily servants. But he is a servant leader. That defines Steve's life. I have some memories that I want to bring up. Memories of Rick and his wife, Greg and his wife, Steve and Becky at a Mexican restaurant in South Point. It haunted Phyllis and I last night. It haunted us because it's a memory and it'll never happen again. It's never going to happen again. We all need to cherish every day. We take so many people and events for granted. You're sitting here tonight, and this will never happen again either. Look for the person sitting to your right and your left. May not ever see them again. and our goal is to be a servant. All right, if there's nobody else to say anything, I need to read this, I was told. Down here, this is for your benefit. Please announce after the presentation that we will be having a reception with light refreshment after the board meeting has ended for those who wish to stay and visit. And we're going to try to make the board meeting pretty short. So as we continue with the board meeting's consent agenda, I have a motion for CC1.
Motion approved.
Motion Director Webb, second.
Second by Washer.
Second Director Washington. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. I have a motion for minutes M1 and M2.
Motion approved.
Motion Director Webb, second.
Second by Director Washington.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Same sign. Those opposed, motion carried. Unfinished business. Resolution 2023-12, amending on ordinance 92-6. Sounds exciting, doesn't it?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is in reference to a resolution that would amend ordinance 92-6, establishing a policy for water and sewer connections for accessory dwelling units and associated charges. At the July 26th regular board meeting, the board considered this item. Staff recommended and the board approved that the item should be postponed to the August 9th, 2023 regular board meeting for consideration of comments received. And subsequent to that, we've received additional comments, and the authors of those comments are actually on the phone. I want to enter that comment letter into the record. You all have a copy. There's a copy at the table where the agenda is. And I would recommend that we postpone action until the August 23rd meeting so the comments could be addressed in the final draft of the ADU policy.
Direction is to postpone this item. Are there any questions for the agenda matter?
We need a motion to postpone. At the request of the GM, I make a motion that we postpone unfinished business number 1, resolution 2312 to September 20.
No, August 23rd.
August 23rd.
I have a second.
Second by Director Washington.
Motion and seconded. All in favor say aye. Opposed, same side. Motion carried. And carried over. Presentation PR2, Water Reclamation Plant Update.
No update at this time, Mr. President.
Director's report, comments, and future agenda items. Director Washington.
Yes, I'll keep this short. I have no comments tonight, but next meeting I'd like to talk a little bit about the high desert water bank. So, okay, no comments tonight.
Director Webb.
Hey, Steve, you paying for lunch?
I'm retired.
I'm good, sir.
All right, I have one comment. Yesterday I attended classes with over 4,000 workers, in contrast to my usual conference with 900 policymakers and general managers. Normally I'm at a conference with policies and policymakers and general managers. This time I was with the workers, 4,000 of them. I have a new appreciation for our employees at Rose Community Service District, especially those in the field. I am looking forward to tomorrow to learn more. We have an outstanding staff at Roseman High School. Roseman Community Service District. In the office and out of the office. General Counsel update. John?
I'm not going to be one to hold up a party, so I'll hold my water.
Thank you, John. General Manager update.
Just quickly, we had a quarterly staff meeting last week. We recognized 4 employees for 15 years of service, and President Glenn was there in attendance to present those, so we appreciate that.
there to do with a privilege. Thank you. Do you mind mentioning who the 4 employees were? It was Ryan, Decker, Baker, Lopez, Reclamation Plant. Yes. Kathy Rader, and Jamie. All right.
Congratulations.
15 years. Number of years again, so that everybody hears? 15 years, all. 15 years, all of them. That is an indication of something. Okay. Director of Administration.
Just briefly, just wanted to remind our directors that the new water and sewer rates are in effect as of July 1st, and the water and sewer base fees have been submitted to Kern County for collection. And I also would like to report on the blood drive. We have a total of 24 donors, and the Red Cross would like to come back in October.
Good. And I had the privilege of giving what was called Power Red, so I'm a little low on my blood tonight. Public Works update.
Well, I have no update unless you have questions on the report.
Any questions from the report that you haven't done? The packet. All right. I had a question here. We'll be receiving that complete assessment from Fisher Compliance. That's coming down the pipe pretty soon. Okay. All right. If there's no more information, I need a motion to adjourn at 6:33.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion Director Webb, second by Director Washington. Second Director Washington. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned at 6:33.